Stick 'em up. This is Mustafa Doc. I'm here with Mike Fellenly.
Hello.
And we're just going over topics that were suggested to us. And two people brought up talking about rides, and I actually know the two people that did. And you're gonna read one.
Yeah, one was on Facebook, Mason Kells. Hi, Mason.
Hey, Mason.
Hey, Mason.
I just saw Mason. Hey, Mason.
He just saw you.
You look good, Mason.
He says, ride cymbals. What's your favorite, most versatile, and affordable on a scumbag's salary?
I don't know why he's saying that, because he's got nice cymbals. This guy, I think he's playing like a 23-inch Sweet Ride right now. But
Probably a good ride, Mason.
okay, what do you have? What are you playing?
So, for the record, I don't play a ride ever. I have this here. Once in a blue moon, I'll play one in the studio. I've played a ride cymbal on the song Rubella. I played one on the song Pure Imagination, and I played one on the song Megan. I typically don't play a ride because I'm open-handed, and so when I do have a ride, it's over here to the left, to my left of my hi-hat. And when you're playing like basements and little punk clubs, there's usually like a monitor there, or like no room over there for a cymbal. So early on, I was like, screw it, I don't need this. I don't need this in my life. I don't need to do this. Even though my favorite drummer of all time, Bill Stevenson, does the shit out of that.
Yeah, he's
but,
all
like,
over a bell.
I don't need it. But so I'll default to your expertise more so on the ride cymbals than.
Well, let me ask you this real quick before I discuss mine. Okay, so you don't usually use a ride, but you have one for when you do. What is it that you're playing?
This is it's a Sabian, the AAX Omni.
And what size is that?
It's a 22-inch.
Okay, why do you like that? Do you like it because of its ping?
I like this one because it has like, the bell sounds nice. Like if you're up there on the bell, it sounds nice here. And then I liked kind of how it sounds as a crash. Like it's got a nice crash. It's nice and dry sounding.
Yeah.
So it actually sounds great as a crash cymbal. So I figured like I could either use it over here as a ride, or I could put it up over on my right side as like my second crash.
Yeah. All right, good call. And that's I follow a similar approach, although I use a ride more often than you do. And but every ride I play, I'm playing two rides right now. I'm playing a 20-inch A ping ride and a 21 A custom projection ride. They sound good together, but they have to. These are both rides that have to sound good as crashes. Because like I'm doing the same thing you're doing, but I'm more like I'm using it more as a ride than I am a crash, and you're using yours more as a crash than a ride. But one of the main things that I look for is that they gotta go good together. Like that isn't the one that you normally play, but it's still like what's the back and forth and when you hit them with your crash.
And so my main crash is like a Zildjian A heavy crash, 19-inch. I don't love how it sounds, but I got it because I play heavy sticks and I hit this crash really hard, and it's very thick.
Yeah.
So if you're a heavy hitter and you need something durable, I'd really recommend this Zildjian A crash. It's not as dry as I like it to sound, but you can like beat the crap out of it for a long time before you'll crack it. So we can hear how they go back and forth.
Yeah, I'm sure that. So sonically, those do go good. Like they do sound good together, but they are totally different cymbals. So that's good. It's good that they sound totally different, but that they sonically go well together. And that's kind of what I got going on with the 20 and the 21. They're really close in size. Yours is the 22 and the 19. But that's I'm more of a ride guy, but I use them as crashes just because I like the heaviness too, and I like them a little bit bigger. But another thing though, this is like one of my favorite rides. The only thing is I used to have one just like it, and it was like it had a little bit more of a wash that I liked. So this is a little heavier, but it sounds really good at the end. And the bell is like kind of a dull but real, like it cuts through a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot. It's a lot different than.
Yeah, you were saying you could do a little bit like you could do like shimmery work around the cymbal. This is a little bit more just like cut and dry, but it's loud, and that's what I like.
And what is that cymbal?
That's it's a 21-inch A custom projection ride with a dirty, brilliant finish.
So I don't know if either of these are really like for a scumbag's salary.
Yeah.
Like this is not a cheap ride. I can't remember what it is. Probably 250, 260 bucks.
Yeah.
And that one is probably similar. We'll put up
Yeah.
some links to them. Maybe they're cheaper now. I bought this one over a year ago. But this one, I think this Omni ride, it's a Sabian. It's pretty versatile. It crashes well, and the Zildjian that Mustafa has is also pretty versatile cymbal.
Yeah, you know what I would say too is like okay, if you're talking about like a good ride for a scumbags like wallet, I wouldn't. The money that I would spend on a brand new, like cheap, like a ZBT or whatever, like the intro, the B8s, instead of doing that, I would rather just buy a used, like better ride for like the same amount of money, because you're probably going to get only about a year if you're lucky with either one of those, and you may as well have a nicer cymbal that was just used.
Yeah, I would agree. Like if you're on a minimal budget, like look around for like one of these rides, or like I really love a Zildjian K Custom ride. You're talking big bucks there, but like a used K Custom is a great ride. Those like crash great, and they like a 21 or 22 inch either one sound great.
Yeah, and those you can probably get like a used one of those for like probably like 200, like 250, and which is crazy because that's like 400 something like that brand new.
Right. Yeah. So
yeah, it might die.
cymbals.
Yeah, it might die out in a year, but hey, at that price, you're gonna have a Cadillac for like a year for the price of a Saturn. So
Yeah, and like those intro level cymbals, like I just wouldn't bother spending money on those. Like they don't sound good.
no, they cut through and that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll hear the separation on those. You know what's weird though is every once in a while I'll hear like a some hi-hats. I'm like, oh, those were good. What are those? And then someone will be like, oh, those were B8s. And I'm like, really? You know, then I'm like, oh, they sound good, like run through a compressor, mic'd or whatever. And then it's like, oh, but the natural tone is gone. It's all attack and no tone. So those are like tricks. But you know, if you're gonna, I'd rather buy used cymbals for a cheaper price than to buy like the entry level stuff. You're just gonna break them. And those things are like the metal that they use for those are stick eaters. Those will eat up your sticks. Once you crack them, it'll like, you're just like cutting pieces of your sticks off every time you hit the crack.
Yep.
That sounds gross.
Yeah. So if you got the money, if you got the big bucks, get a K Custom ride. If you're like high mid level, this Sabian Omni, is that an A Custom?
Yeah.
The Zildjian A Customs are really nice rides. And if you're on a real limited budget, like look around for those used.
Yeah, hey Mason, if you want to trade that 23-inch Sweet Ride for this 21 projection because you like the way it sounds, we'll autograph it, man. You know, I'll trade it for you with an autograph, okay? I'm just saying. All right, we'll talk soon. Love you.
All right. Well, thanks for watching. That's Ride Cymbals.